In this video, you will learn how to manipulate more of the required elements on your resume page. To get started, make sure that you have your color palette and font families at hand in order to complete this tutorial accurately. First, go to Pages on the left menu and select All Pages. Now locate your resume page and select. Now click on the Edit with Elementor button. This will open up the Elementor user interface. For this tutorial, we are focused on adjusting the Education section, the Skills section, as well as the Content section on our resume page. To get started, you'll want to change the font family as well as the font color for Education. Make sure that it's consistent with your Experience font family as well as the Experience font color. Next, you'll want to change what the expected graduation date you have would be. And so perhaps that is just 2020 if you want to keep it broad, but you can also include seasonal ranges as well, like fall 2020 or summer 2020 or spring 2020. You'll also want to make sure that this date font matches the date fonts on the left side under Experience. So whatever the body font you chose over here should be the same body font that you choose for the expected graduation date and all other dates on the resume page. Consistency is key. You'll also notice that the font colors are the same. And so make sure that whatever font color you've used for these dates are the same font color that you're using for the dates under Education. It's very important, once more, to keep it consistent for the user experience of your digital portfolio website. Next, you'll want to change what degree program you are pursuing. So is it entertainment business? Is it music business, sportscasting, sports marketing and media, digital marketing? What is your degree? Make sure that it reads exactly how it will read on your actual diploma. So if you are in entertainment business, it's not entertainment management, it's not entertainment business administration, it's entertainment business. If you're in music business, it is music business. If you're in digital marketing, it's actually digital marketing. Now, digital marketing has recently changed from internet marketing. So you'll want to make sure that if you are pursuing a digital marketing degree or an internet marketing degree, it's one and the same, but there was a recent name change. So just make sure you know which one you started in based on when you're watching this video. Okay. If it's sports marketing and media, it is sports marketing and media. It's not sports media. It's not sports entertainment. It's sports marketing and media. If it's sportscasting, it's not sports broadcasting, it's sportscasting. So make sure that it reads exactly how your degree will actually be issued. And then also you'll notice that I've abbreviated Bachelor of Science. And the reason for that is if we came over here and we actually typed in Bachelor of Science, you'll notice that the Bachelor of Science kind of takes up two lines, and aesthetically it's less appealing than just having the abbreviated version BS. Okay, so abbreviate your degree, and all of the degrees that I just mentioned are earning a Bachelor of Science, so that would be B.S. Next, you'll have Full Sail University as the institution at which you're earning that degree. Perhaps you have earned an associate degree with us previously before your current program. Great. That's what you would include here under this section, second option under Education. If you haven't earned any other degree, you can include your high school information. However, at this point, now that you're enrolled in college, it's best to leave that off of your resume and just include the current enrollment of Full Sail's degree program. Instead, what I would encourage you to do is emphasize the fact that you have certifications through Lynda or perhaps some other program that you have pursued a certification in. There's Six Sigma. That is an excellent opportunity for students to advance their business acumen. There's also project management certifications that you can obtain. I myself have personal branding certifications. So if you have a professional certification outside of Lynda, by all means include it here. If you don't, then go and look up some of the certifications that you've completed on Lynda and include those here instead. So for instance, instead of just lynda.com, you'll want to indicate that perhaps it was a lynda.com certification. And then you'll also want to include the course name as it appears on the certificate that you earned. So try to keep this as accurate as possible. Okay, the next section that you will manipulate will be the skills section. Now, under the skills section, you're presented with what is called a progress bar. And there's multiple progress bars for you to manipulate. If you feel that you have less than 5 skills, you can, of course, delete one of these entirely by right-clicking on the blue edit box, and then in the menu, select delete. But I would encourage you to keep at least 5 skills on your resume page. It provides the visitor with an idea of just how advanced you are in a variety of different skills that might be relevant to the positions that you're seeking after graduation. So try to keep all 5, but you can delete maybe 1 from here. You can also add a new progress bar. And one of the ways that you can do that is by simply right-clicking on that edit box again and then select duplicate. So if you duplicate, you can see now right below it, I have yet another progress bar. So maybe you have more than 5 skills. You can, of course, include another skill or 2 under this section by duplicating one of the progress bars. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete that and keep it to just our 5. Okay, so now how do we manipulate the progress bar? Well, let's say that we're just getting started in play-by-play if you're in sportscasting and you really don't have that much experience. You don't have 89% experience out of 100, right? That's not a skill that you have really honed. And maybe it's closer to like 50%. Well, the way that you would change that is over here on the left pane, you'll notice percentage, and you can just drag this percentage down to the proper weight, and that would be, let's say, 50. Or you can increase one at a time by clicking the up arrow or clicking the down arrow to get it to the precise amount. Also, you'll want to change the color and the font of the text on the progress bar. And the way that you do that is you click Style, and under the progress bar option, you have Color. Select a color that is not your call to action color. You'll notice that my call to action color is that really bright that really bright orange, actionable orange, I'll call it. But this is a softer orange. This is what I would call one of my accent colors on my color palette. And so the visitor knows that while it is important to draw the eye to this particular component on my digital portfolio site, it is not actionable, meaning you're not going to be able as a user to click any of these and have an action happen. Always use your call to action color when an action can be taken. Do not use it when it cannot be taken. Okay. All right. So change the actual color to the progress to the proper hex code for your color palette. And then also the background color, I will point out that on my website, you can see here that I have a very soft gray that is part of my color palette. And I've used that as the background color throughout my entire website. And so this pure white background for the progress bar actually pops off of the gray, the soft gray background. So there is some contrast between the soft gray and the pure white. If you have a pure white background to your website, then you're going to want to change this background color. So just for context here, let's say that on my accent bar, I'm going to use this color. I'll copy this hex code and paste it into the background color. And now you can see that the background color is that green, and then the progress is 55% in the accent orange. Okay, so that's how you change the background color. I'm going to clear that so that we have a pure white. Okay. All right. The next thing that you will want to change will be the contact section. And under the contact section in this box here, you can click anywhere within it and notice that the icon list has several options that you can include. And one of those should be the URL to your digital portfolio site. So in my case, because my digital portfolio site is fsbizsite.com/full sale, I want to include that URL here. If your name was John Doe, then it would be fsbizsite.com/John Doe. So whatever link that you're using to access the homepage of your digital portfolio site, that would be the link that you include here for your website. The way that you change it is you click anywhere within the box, and you can see under text, you'll just write in the text. You don't have to include HTTP colon double slash. You don't have to include all that. Just include the basic URL, because this is not linked as it stands right now. You can link it by including the full link here. So I'll give you an idea of what that looks like. If this was my URL here, you can copy that and paste it into this link box. And you'll notice that when I do, if I click out of this for just a second and click over here, when I do include a link, the mouse will indicate that I can click on it, but it's not changing to my universal call to action color. So that's a little bit confusing as a user experience standpoint as to what would be clickable and what wouldn't. I would recommend keeping all of these not hyperlinked. Okay, so just keep them not hyperlinked. So let's go back, and under here where it says link, I will delete that. Okay, you can also change not just the text that appears, but the icon. Because this is a website, I'm using a desktop computer icon, but you can change that to something else if you would like. We can see if there's no www icon. We can try computer and see what comes up, and there's no computer. We can try, desktop, and we can see the desktop, right? So there's only certain icons that'll work. I think desktop is probably best. You might also want to include, maybe try to look up laptop and look how that changes. Maybe that's more your style. You can include that. Okay. All right. Now, the next one should be your LinkedIn profile. For your LinkedIn profile, you'll need to make sure that you have what is called a vanity URL. The way that you secure your vanity URL is you'll want to first, if you haven't already, create a LinkedIn profile. And then once you have created a LinkedIn profile, go to your profile, and on the right rail, you're going to see an option that says edit public profile and URL. Click on that, and it opens up your profile in edit mode. And in the top right, you'll see something that says edit URL. This is where you would click the little edit icon here, and you can edit the portion that comes after /. So you can see here, all URLs will be linkedin.com/in/ and then your name. If your name is available, use it. If it's not available, try a variation to your name, perhaps your last name, first name, or maybe middle initial, or perhaps your first name dot last name. However, or dash, you can use first name dash last name. Just always try to secure your name as part of the URL here. What that does is it ensures your brand building online. It also ensures easier access for your visitors who wish to connect with you on LinkedIn. Okay. So once you have your vanity URL here, you're going to copy that URL and you're going to place it right here on the left where it says text. It's going to be linkedin.com/in/your vanity URL identity. Okay. So put that under LinkedIn. Next, you'll want to include your email address. Now, I would recommend including your full sale email address. As you approach graduation and are officially in the real world and looking for jobs and so forth, maybe you want to change that to be a more professional email address, like like fully@fullysalin.com if you own your own domain name, which I would highly recommend. And you can pull out a professional email address like that. That's fine. If you want to include a Gmail account that is professional, that would be fine here as well. But I would recommend including, at least for the time being, while you're enrolled at Full Sail, to use your Full Sail email email address. Okay. The icon is pretty self-explanatory there. You're going to have the envelope for your email. And then the last section here would be a phone number. Now, this is optional. I did want to include it so that you knew that you could put a phone number here. As you become more aggressively seeking employment, then perhaps a phone number is the best thing for you to have under the contact information, so you can include it. But if you don't feel comfortable including your cell phone number or whichever number that you will frequently answer, you can simply delete this section by clicking the X next to this portion here. So if I click X, the cell phone goes away. Okay. And there you have it. Now you know how to change the education, skills, and contact section of your digital portfolio website. As a final reminder, be sure for consistency purposes that the text here under contact is changed to the proper color, as well as the font family that you've chosen for body text. So again, you would do style, and then under style, if you click anywhere in here under style, under text, you'll notice that there is a text color, and there is also text typography that should be your font family for the body text. Then click update once you've made all these updates, and you're good to go.